What's going on, people? Happy Tuesday afternoon. Tonight, by the way, there is going to be a post-game stream with me and the Hawks Nest talking about the 49ers game, which I know was like 5 days ago. And I know it's kind of icky anyway. Nobody really wants to think about that game because it was such a whatever game. Just kind of felt nothing about that one personally. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'm ready to just pretend that game didn't happen. But we've got to unpack it a little bit, and I didn't feel like doing another show when I was sick unless I had to. So even though it's a little bit awkward to do a post game stream 5 days after the game ends, that's what me and the Hawks Nest are going to be doing tonight. It's going to be my channel. So tune in, and we're going to talk about that Niners game and just say whatever needs to be said so we can move past it, move towards these last three games. So tune on in. If you've seen me and the Hawks Nest work together before, you have a pretty good idea of how it goes. We just talk for a couple hours about whatever needs to be talked about with the Seahawks. Should be tonight at 7 o'clock on my channel. Okay, now let's open the box on some of these rookies. And it wasn't a great week for, I would say, most of them. Very close to all of them. I don't think any of them made a big impact, but some of them were actually kind of negatives, and I would say even big negatives in some cases. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that I'm turning on them or that I don't like them anymore. No, of course. That's ridiculous. But it is what it is. And some of these guys might be hitting the rookie wall. One guy in particular, I think, might be hitting the rookie wall. I want to put emphasis on the word might. We need more evidence, but Charles Cross got lit up by the 49ers, according to PFF. His grade dropped almost 5 points from this one game, which is really hard to do right now. They notched him with, I believe, like 6 pressures allowed. His run block grade fell off. It just was not a very good game for Charles Cross. He probably had his worst game of the year. Not terribly surprising against that front, not terribly surprising against that defense, but, well, just because it's not surprising doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Abraham Lucas also didn't have his best effort, not as stark as Cross, but his PFF grade did drop a little bit. He gave up 2 sacks in that game, although he only allowed those 2 pressures according to PFF, which is good. And his run block grade was okay, and he picked up a penalty. So both of our starting rookie tackles, which are having overall nice effective years, not their best performances on Thursday night. And not shocked by this, not really disappointed even, but it is at the very least notable. Okay, so those are your offensive linemen. What else is there to say about the rookies in that game? Boye Mafe played 23 snaps or something. PFF grade basically was stagnant at about 60. So he's an approximately league average player, I guess you would say. He's not adding a ton to the table, but he's not really taking a bunch off of it. He's just existing in a passable state. I think he had 1 tackle in that game, and that's it. So I'd like to see a little more of him, but even if you did see a little bit more of him, probably not a big impact player right now, and that's fine. I wasn't expecting it from Mafe this year. I really like his future, but his present is just kind of mediocre. All right, offensive skill players, not a lot to report here either. Ken Walker, actually, I thought played perfectly fine. PFF said his grade was, as it's been basically the whole year, they gave him a grade in the 70s, so it was good. I thought he mostly got what was there. I wasn't seeing anything wrong with the way he was playing. There wasn't a ton to get, but he did end up being one of our more productive players. He did end up probably getting about as much as he could. Picked up over 50 yards from scrimmage. He was a productive receiver. So overall, you're looking at that and you're going, okay, he did his thing. I think Ken Walker did do his thing. It wasn't a huge game. Didn't get in the end zone. Wasn't a massive positive influence on this team this game. But he did his job. And right now, that's all I can ask for. With this interior offensive line being what it is, there's no way I can expect Ken Walker to go off for over 100 yards in every game. The opportunity is not there. So Ken Walker did good, so that's good. I can definitely say that Ken Walker did his thing in this game. Derek Young finally got a pass thrown his way, but unfortunately it didn't count. He made a great catch on it too. Feel bad for him for that one. But I mean, again, he barely plays, so any one play that he has where he does something notable is gonna make his grade spike like crazy, and it doesn't really mean anything. But he's going to have a unique opportunity in the coming weeks because of Lockett's injury, and I can say the same for these other guys as well. Bo Melton might actually get activated in a game now. D'Eskridge, apparently back from his injury, he could actually get to play a lot. Got to get somebody out there, and it seems to me that if it's not going to be Laquan Treadwell, you're looking at guys like Eskridge and Melton. And I don't really have a strong preference there, but you got to figure a guy like D'Eskridge, who was a second-round pick, who is still young and has some talent and some ability, he's probably going to at least get out there. Will he be able to do anything with that opportunity? Who knows? But I look, if he actually does get on the field for the Seahawks again, this is probably his last chance. So, of course, I'm hoping things go in a positive direction. But expectations are low. Let's leave it at that. Defensive backs, mixed bag this week, I would say. Kobe Bryant, PFF grade fell a little bit. He picked up a couple tackles, gave up some completions. Nothing terrible. Honestly, he didn't play that much because teams have realized they want to get us out of nickel. They want to force linebackers onto the field, not cornerbacks. But for the little bit Kobe played, it didn't seem like he played particularly great. I didn't notice anything over the top terrible with him, though, so I'm kind of neutral on that one. Tariq Woolen did make a significant mistake on the Niners' second touchdown. It was a big, he had a lot of responsibility in allowing that touchdown. So that was certainly a black mark on his season. And he really didn't do a ton else in this game. He didn't do anything. I didn't notice him do anything bad outside of that one particular play, but that one play was a big deal. And that's where you see the rookie come in. That's where you see the fact that he lacks NFL experience come in. So these are going to be good learning experiences for him. But this was a game where you didn't really see Tariq make a bunch of plays. And he ultimately was responsible for a touchdown. So not great. And it's definitely something he's going to have to go back into the workshop on. But still playing a really good season overall, and I don't think he played a bad game outside of that one play. But anyway, that's it. Joey Blunt didn't get any tackles on special teams. Trey Brown was inactive. So other than Ken Walker, it was a pretty quiet game for these young players. It was a game to forget for some of them, I would say, especially Cross. And it was just a game that everybody forgot if you're Boye Mafe, because there's just not a whole lot to say. Same for Kobe Bryant. And that's what I got for this one, guys. We got 3 games left. Some of these guys may be hitting the rookie wall, but at the same time, I think that there's still an opportunity for these guys to really leave a positive impression on this team over the course of this 17-game season. Like Ken Walker should be able to get to 1,000 yards from scrimmage pretty easily. Guys like Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant should be able to get past 60 tackles. Tariq Woolen might end up averaging one pass defense per game, which is not common for cornerbacks. If he forces another turnover, he'll be damn near one turnover every 2 games. So there's some cool stuff happening here still, but this game, kind of forgettable. All right, I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. And yeah, catch me in the stream tonight with the Hawks Nest here on this channel, and we'll try to talk about it.